no, we cannot seriously be already saying Lampard out on Twitter and social media. Like, it just can't be possible to say that yet. So yeah, welcome back to another video on this channel. A day after West Brom 3, Chelsea 3 at the Hawthorns. And to be fair, the reaction on social media has been pretty surprising in my opinion, because there has been a lot of people, as you can probably tell by the title and the introduction of this video, that have been saying Lampard out on social media, which to me just doesn't make any sense. Now, as you can probably tell as well, I am not Lampard out, contrary to the title. I think that Frank Lampard is going to be a very good manager and deserves all the time in the world at Chelsea, considering what he's done as a player. But yeah, in this video I'm going to be giving you my reasons as to why I think the Lampard out brigade are just really like overall just deluded, reactionary, impatient, all of the above really. And yeah, really it's just a lack of patience, because like the amount of players Chelsea have brought in this season, we've had like 7 or 8 signings so far, possibly another one in Declan Rice. Like, that amount of players are not going to gel in the space of 3 weeks into the new season, and obviously we haven't had the best of starts to the season. I mean, drawing at West Brom isn't a great result, losing to Liverpool at home isn't a great result, but I don't know how people can like fully blame Lampard for that, because against West Brom, like, the game was lost in the first 20 minutes or so with 2 individual errors really for Marcus Alonso and Thiago Silva. So at 2-0 down, like, it was literally just game over from then. And then against Liverpool, it was a red card from Christensen on the brink of half time that cost us that game, because overall in the first half we actually did look quite lively and we did look like we could actually shock Liverpool in the second half had we not got the red card. It kind of blows my mind how people can blame Frank Lampard for not just the Liverpool result because of a red card, but also because of individual errors that were made by the back four in the West Brom game yesterday as well. And I know Lampard has made some kind of, you know, strange decisions with his starting 11s and substitutions in the first few games, but I think it's purely down because there's so many new players and so many new options he has. I think he's trying to experiment, like, which players can play in different roles. Like, we've seen, for example, Kai Havertz playing in the wing. I think now he knows at this stage that Kai Havertz is better down the middle and not on the wing. And then, of course, we've seen the likes of Timo Werner and Mason Mount also playing on the wing, which I think he's kind of learned from now. I think Mason Mount isn't too bad in the wing, and I think Werner could do a job there in certain games, but I think that Werner is better down the middle, and I think Mount is okay on the wing, but I think that Hudson-Odoi needs to be playing if he's fit. And as well, our 2 best wingers, arguably, in Christian Pulisic and Hakim Ziyech, the 2 players that are definitely going to be starters for us most weeks on the team sheet that they are fit, they're both injured and they're only just coming back in a few weeks time, so I think you can't really blame Lampard for playing the likes of Werner, Mount and Havertz on the wings when you don't have your 2 best wingers on the field. The main point behind as well why I think Frank Lampard does deserve time, and I think that it's very much reactionary to, you know, judge him based on those 3 games of the season so far, is because he did absolute wonders with us last season, and I will not take anything more than that. Because going into the new season with an inexperienced manager like Frank Lampard, who had just managed in the Championship with Derby, and of course losing Eden Hazard, and especially with the transfer ban as well, I think Frank Lampard did wonders, considering most people thought that Chelsea would be lucky to even finish like high up in the top half, and he managed to get top 4 with pretty much, not really ease, but like we were relatively comfortable there because we were in the top 4 for most of the season. And in doing so as well, played a lot of the youth academy players, because, you know, Chelsea have had a reputation over the last few years, last 10 years or so, to not really give youth players a chance, and Lampard's given the likes of Tammy Abraham, Mason Mount, Reece James, Fikayo Tomori all chances in the Premier League, and Billy Gilmour, of course, who would have probably not featured under any other manager in the Premier League other than Frank Lampard, had been given his debut, and is now looking like he's going to be a very good player for us going forward. And the likes of Mason Mount and Reece James especially, 2 very key players for us going forward in the near future, and both regular starters in the Chelsea team. Under another manager, those 2 probably would have been out on loan still. And yeah, I don't understand why people, you know, like, argue against the fact that Frank Lampard has done wonders with Chelsea so far in his Chelsea career, and even with Derby in the 18-19 season, I thought he did very well. I know a lot of people will say he took them from 5th to 6th, but Frank Lampard was 1 game away from getting Derby County into the Premier League after 10 years out. And since Lampard has left, Derby finished 10th last season, and they're currently 22nd in the relegation zone with no wins to their name whatsoever, so you make your judgment on that. Another thing as well that people don't understand is Frank Lampard's pull is just absolutely incredible. One of the best pulls in transfers for a manager in the entire of football really at the moment. And I know a lot of people will say that's kind of a myth, because, you know, Chelsea's financial stability will be the main reason why so many good players will join Chelsea, but the amount of players like Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, Hakim Ziyech, Ben Chilwell, Thiago Silva, pretty much all of our new signings this summer have pinpointed Frank Lampard as the main reason why they joined Chelsea Football Club to be part of the project going forward. So that pull power that he has, it's very rare in modern day football that a character can have such pull power in the transfer window, so I think that that's another main reason why Frank Lampard deserves to be the Chelsea manager. Another thing as well is that Frank Lampard is, it's well documented that he has one of the highest IQs in football, not only just in management or in the Premier League, in football altogether. He has one of the highest IQs in the game, so you can't really use the excuse that he doesn't know what he's doing, because he's one of the smartest human beings in the game. Like, surely he knows what he's doing winning clearly. And yeah, that is the end of this video, pretty much going through all my reasons as to why the Frank Lampard out statements are just absolutely bizarre in my opinion. And I want to finish this video on one thing. Frank Lampard proved everybody wrong as a player. I think he will do the same as a manager, because the work ethic he showed as a player to just get to the top from where he was is just absolutely staggering. And I think if he shows anything like that in his managerial career, he will win trophies for Chelsea in the future. And I think, hold me to this statement, I think Frank Lampard will win the Premier League as a Chelsea manager within the next 2 or 3 years at least. And yeah, that'll bring us to the end of this video. So if you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like on the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. We're looking to hit 600 subscribers as soon as we possibly can. It'd be great if we could do that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.